Today we wanted to reach out and give a little interest rate update here the last of January. We've had a really significant change in interest rates over the last couple of weeks and the last couple of months. When COVID happened, March of 2020, interest rates were around 4 to 4.5%. As we all probably know, they got as low as about 2.5% over that time frame. So we got really spoiled of where rates are. And it looks like some of that is now going away, and interest rates now, since, and I've got a graph here we're gonna put up, since basically December of last year, so 2 months ago, interest rates have went up about 1% in rate. So just really rough figures, we went from like high 2s to 3% range to like high 3% range to maybe even close to 4% range, depending on credit, etc. That can be a big shift in it for a couple of ways. One is, how does that impact the monthly payment for the price range I'm looking in? And then two, does that impact my qualifying a little bit? Because if rates and payment go up, you might be able to qualify for a little bit less house. Now that's the bad news, okay? So what we want to share with you is where we were. We were at about 3%. So over here on this graph, you'll see we're at about I just wanted to use an example of a $500,000 purchase price. Assuming a 5% down mortgage, 3% interest rate, payment on that was going to be about $2,351 a month. That's about where we were, let's call it December 1st, 2021. Where we are now is, let's call it 3.75 in rate, same purchase price. That makes the payment about $2,458. So you're looking at about a $200 increase in a monthly payment. Now, what's a little bit that we want to be really careful of is some folks might say, oh, I missed the opportunity to get those low rates. Well, rates are still really low historically. If you go back and look at the first chart we showed, that chart started in 2010, and you can see how rates moved along. We've only had the period of basically COVID that rates were really under 4%. Now, it's anybody's guess of what rates could do, but let's say rates continue on their current trajectory, and by the end of the year, we're now looking at 4.5%. So that's the third column where we could be. So we end up at, let's just say rates continue to go up, you end up at 4.5%. All the experts are projecting that's probably going to happen. And then they're also predicting somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 5% increase in home appreciation as well. So let's say somebody says, oh my gosh, I think I missed my window, rates have gone up. Yeah, it's not quite as good as it was even just a few months ago, or especially a year and a half ago. But if we wait too long, what the reality could be is this third column of where we could be, which is about 4.5% in rate. And instead of being 500, if home prices appreciated 5%, that would be 525 now. You can see that takes that payment all the way to about $2,893. So it's about a $500 difference in payment. In fact, a little over a $500 difference in payment from column one, and about a $200 difference in payment of where we are now, or $200 or $300 difference. So yeah, you didn't catch exactly where you were. You can't time interest rates though. They're gonna go up, they're gonna go down. If you get locked in buying a house and rates go up, you're really glad you did it. If you try to time it, and let's say you do get locked in and rates are at 4%, and then something crazy happens and rates go back down to 3%, we would just take care of you on a really low cost, inexpensive refinance to get you down to market rate. So just wanted to share this. It's kind of the reality of the situation. I don't think it's all bad news. I think we're probably still kind of heading to a higher situation. Let us know if we can answer any questions for you or help you. We feel free to call, text, email, or if you or a friend or a potential buyer is wanting to really connect with a loan officer to dive deep into their specific situation, you can schedule a time with myself or a loan officer on our team by going to the link that we'll have here. It's teamabbotconnect.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.